We are rolling.
Good morning. Welcome back to the conversation. This is Midlife Crisis Activities. This is our lifestyles and pop culture webcast, our daily shout out to the world. I'm your host, Patrick Russell, and over there is my very vivacious producer, Veronica. Together, we're here to lend our voices to the noise from a multi-generational perspective to help explain everything that's right and wrong in this world. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Veronica, you're looking much better, recovering from a flu/COVID-19 bout.
I feel much better, to be honest, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that's what's one of the benefits with marrying such a young, healthy woman is that the recovery time for sicknesses are usually pretty quick, and I'm pretty happy about that. Okay.
Not always the case, though, but that's another topic.
We do have a salacious, fun story to talk about from page 6 of the entertainment news, one that involves a paternity test. Tristan Thompson, NBA superstar and public apologizer, at least on his Twitter account, has finally, after months of denial and lies and cover-ups and fabrications, he's finally admitted, because he had to, fathering yet another baby from a baby's mama that he probably met on Tinder. Let's see, her name, just to give her the respect that she's due, Mara Lee Nichols. Mara Lee Nichols has proved through a paternity test that Tristan Thompson is indeed the father of the seed that's growing right now in her belly. And so, a couple things, Veronica. From a younger generation's perspective, from Kloe Kardashian, how do you handle these continued public exposures of embarrassment? How a man that you have a child with, Kloe Kardashian, has
Having babies.
has a young child with him and has to deal with him on a normal basis, either through visitation or financial matters or medical matters, whatever. How does Kloe Kardashian do it? How does she put aside all of the garbage and is able to continue to look at the father of her child in a respectful way? I need to know your thoughts.
I mean, it must be pretty hard just because I know that Kloe wanted to be with him in a way, but then he keeps cheating all over the place. So, I mean, it must be hard.
Well, let's give also some attention where it's due. You have another baby's mama, Jordan Craig, that he has a 5-year-old son, Prince, with. So there you go. And I guess the real issue is that does the love a mother has for their child or children always trumps her disdain, dislike, and maybe even hate for the father? Your thoughts on that question? Is there a line? Is there a line that can be crossed that even the love of a child is not enough to keep a cordial relationship with the father? I mean, be honest here. Be real.
I think at this point, Kloe, it's more, and then also the other moms are like, well, he's paying child support. He's doing whatever he's doing. I can't believe he's 30, though. I mean, he looks way older, and he's only 30. So he's actually, I'm a year older than him. So I cannot even believe that.
And he's got 18 years or longer of child support on 3 different tracks to worry about for the next 20, through his 30s and his 40s.
The thing is that for him, with all the money that he makes, child support is not the problem. The problem is going to come when, he doesn't have time to see the kids. He doesn't have a really great relationship with any of the kids because he's always like moving around back and forth now.
Including probably moving on with his own life. I mean, a 30-year-old, that's the problem with the age, is that you're thinking about him not worried about staying home on a Friday or Saturday night. Him living his life, the good years out, and I think that's a real big problem. Please continue as far as the time.
Now, my question to you, Patrick, is if I feel responsible ever since I was, 16, 17, and I started going out, having boyfriends, whatever. My responsibility was not to get pregnant because I was not ready, because I never wanted kids at the young age. So now, as a man, how will you prevent that from happening again? Because I mean, this is not the first time that happens. This is the 3rd time.
And at the very least, at least by what we know on this one, this was truly a one-time encounter that will now last Tristan Thompson's the rest of his life. The reminder of it.
My question is, should we blame the person that got pregnant and now she's gonna be secure for the next 18 years, or should we blame the men that it's not smart enough to know, hey, I'm famous, I'm rich, and I know a lot of women probably want to be with me because they want to have a child. Let's face it, there's a lot of women up there thinking that way, right? So whose fault is that?
The person that has the power in the situation. Take the sex out of it. Yeah. Assuming you're talking about an economical, sociological question here, which is what I think you're throwing at me, it has to do with who has the power, who actually had the influence to make the circumstances occur that led to the consummation, the conception of this child. And of course, that would lie, at least in this case, and in all three of these cases, most likely even with Kloe, maybe not so much with Kloe, but it was Tristan Thompson's responsibility to protect himself and to protect others. Even while he was having fun, he didn't do that. Now,
do you think she got pregnant on purpose?
Ooh, I'm not going to venture a opinion on that. We'll stick to the facts, ma'am. And the facts are this, is that it was a one-time engagement. So there obviously wasn't time there for any real love or any true romantic connection to occur. Second, they had unprotected sex, and that takes two to tango. So now you're talking about two big decisions that most people find very hard to make without a true cement block foundation of trust with the other person. She was able to cross those boundaries in less than one night. So I'll leave the facts speak for themselves. Final note for me. Tristan, you made these kids. And now it's time for you to pay, and not just with money. That goes without saying. The courts will take care of that. But you're talking about needing to make and raise with that mom as best you can a physically healthy, an emotionally healthy, a mentally healthy child that's able to contribute back to this society. This society made you a millionaire because you love playing a game. The least you can do is pay back that same society by bringing forth positive and aspiring young people that are not jaded by their childhood, but find aspirations in the good in mankind to help us all move forward in life. Your thoughts?
That was very sweet, Patrick. That was very emotional.
Take care of your kids, Tristan.
Personally, and I don't have to be a divorced mom, or I don't have to go through a lot of things to know this. This is using logic, right? Having 3, 4, 5 moms, kids with different moms will not lead you to having a great relationship with the kids. Let's face it.
It's going to be a huge challenge. The biggest challenge of his life. And final note, it's a challenge you need to take on with vigor, my friend. When my dad passed,
he's not going to be happy about having too many kids, especially because he's 30. So I guarantee you that he's going to have at least another 4 kids out of nowhere. So now instead of actually building a relationship with 1, 2, 3 kids, now it's 5 kids. So for him, the kids are going to be just paying child support, and the kids are not going to be happy because they're going to be sad that daddy's not there. So they're going to have daddy issues, especially if they're girls. So
final note for me. Watching my dad pass in 2007 from cancer, it was a long haul. We would have a lot of conversations, and he was able to really expose a lot of his regrets. And the only one that he really, really, really ever had, the one that always came up and the one that he took to the grave, was that he wanted to be a better father. Not just to me and my sister, but he wanted to be a better father to the first 2 kids that he had when he was way too young as a knucklehead, jarhead Marine. In his 20s, his biggest regret in life was not being a better father than he was, especially to those first 2 boys that he had with his first marriage. So, Tristan, please, word to the wise, take care of your kids, not just because it's the right thing to do, it's because at the end, when your ride is over and your life is at the end, there's only going to be one thing that's going to be weighing on your heart, and that's going to be the love of your children. Guys, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer, but there definitely is your opinion. Please don't just subscribe to this channel, even though we will be doing this back and forth on a daily basis, but lend your voice to the show to make it a whole lot more fun. Guys, it doesn't matter what comes your way today. It doesn't matter what obstacles or challenges that you may face. You just need to remember one thing.
Give him hell.
Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody.